Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So, as you can see, I done found my microphone, child. I don't know where none of my stuff at. I done lost my lights. Um, like everything is just in disarray since I flew the coop. So I don't know where none of my stuff at. So I'm trying to get all of my stuff gathered back together so that I can improve the look of my videos, the sound of my videos. Hopefully you guys like the microphone. Let me know if it's a huge difference between this and my other videos and you like me just talking directly into the camera versus me using the microphone. If you are new here, my name is Asia. I do post-cancer wellness, beauty, fashion, but this channel has, crazy enough, turned into a bit of a personal diary, um, a place where you come when you have insecurities or doubts or fears and just questions about life. I guess after you hit a certain age, because it seems like ever since I turned like maybe 35, like everything is just like in disarray. If you are interested in any of those topics, I would love for you to stay and subscribe and join our community. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you very much for returning. And I'm so glad you are enjoying the content. Today, I want to talk to you guys about aging, like not just like getting old and looks and all of that stuff, which is important. But I want to talk about, at what age do you feel like you should be at a certain point in life? What age do you feel like you should have everything figured out? You should know who you are. You should have a certain amount of money in the bank. Your career should be set. Like, what age do you feel like if you don't have something by this time, this digit, it's like you are like the biggest loser on earth? This is something that has been on my mind for the last couple of years. I've spoken to you guys about this, but today I wanted to kind of like get in depth about it. But before we do that, I want to give a special shout out to the sponsor of this video, BetterHelp. BetterHelp has been pivotal in my life as of recently. They have allowed me to release my fears and insecurities and doubts and get everything off of my chest without me burdening my family. My therapist has been with me in the most challenging phase of my marriage recently, and they are also with me now in this new phase of my life that I am going through in with reinvention. My therapist is on this journey with me as I try to overcome imposter syndrome when it comes to YouTube and the fear of failure when it comes to YouTube. They are also with me now on this journey of me putting my brain to the test and eventually, God willing, me becoming a doctor. People, especially Black people, have this thing with therapy like it's useless or weak. And I feel the opposite. I feel like it takes a very strong person to admit that they need therapy, to open up to someone their fears and insecurities, and to trust someone with their life, basically. We have God. Of course, we do. God comes first, but God also made the mind of a therapist. And as humans, we need that person to person interaction. And you get that with BetterHelp. There are three ways BetterHelp makes it easy for you to get in your therapy sessions: video, text, or phone call. And don't worry if your first, second, or third therapist is not quite right for you. You can easily change your therapist at no extra cost. I encourage anyone that is struggling, or even if you just need someone to talk to that is non biased, I encourage you to give BetterHelp a try. You can easily go on betterhelp.com/Asia Walker or click the link below in my bio for 10% off your first month of therapy. I believe in BetterHelp so much that I brought you guys in on a personal therapy session with me and my therapist. And it was one of the best decisions I ever made because you guys got to see how well me and my therapist clicked and how much I trust my therapist by how open I was with them. Thank you so much, BetterHelp, for sponsoring this video. So I've had this topic on my mind for a while, and it's something that I wanted to get you guys' opinion or thoughts on. When you hit a certain age and you feel like you're just out here in the world. You don't know what your next move is. You feel stuck. You chose a career or a job and it's not really what you want to do. You just feel like you're just plucked out of the universe and just set in this spot. And this is not the spot where you want to be. I've always been one of those ones that felt like they had all the time in the world. I hate the notion of you being a certain age and you have to be at a certain spot in your life. While on the surface, I feel like that's a realistic view. What if you're not? I I don't want to limit myself to certain ages. What age is too old? What age is it like, okay, sis, this is enough. I made the decision, especially after I left my home, I made the decision that it's either poop or get off the pot. I don't want to say I was afraid, but I'm also someone that will try something, and if it doesn't work out, like I'll dead it. The first mistake come up, I'm hooping it out the window. And I know that that's not like a realistic or a smart place to be, because with consistency comes success in 99% of instances. That's not always the case. We know, because everybody would be a millionaire or rich if we went off of just hard work. When do you feel like it's too late? I have had this feeling for the last couple of years, especially since I turned 40. I just feel like everywhere that I look, I am the low man on the totem pole. Take God and everything out the equation for a second. This is just because we know nothing in this life matters other than what you do for Him, other than you following His law and what you're supposed to be doing to praise Him. We know this already. We're talking about what's the word that I'm looking for? Self acceptance, self pride, self accomplishments. These are things that a lot of times I feel like I am lacking, and it kills me. The feeling that I feel sometimes is just a waste of a space. And I'm going to tell you why I feel this way. Even when it comes down to something simple like my YouTube, I come from a pretty good family. They're not rich, but growing up, I would say we were middle class. Everyone had nice homes, nice cars. Um, I told you guys about, some of the jobs that my family members occupy, and it's either that or academia. I have a cousin that, two cousins that went to college. My aunts all had amazing jobs. Most of them retired from amazing jobs. My grandfather was a butcher. They grew up middle class on a beautiful block. It's like I come from a family that does well. And sometimes I feel like all of the sheltering that I've had, all of the privilege that I've had, sometimes I feel like, and I'm not blaming them, sometimes I feel like it may have hindered me, because I was able to try so many different things and I had the space in the room to play around. I had the room to play around. I had the room and the privilege to try this job, try that job, um, go to New York for a couple of years and work for free. If it wasn't my family, when I left my family's house, I got married and my husband was taking care of everything. I still had the room to maneuver around and dibble and dabble in starting a couple of businesses. Didn't want to do that. That didn't work in the first week. Let's move on to something else. So I feel like a lot of times I did not have that fire underneath me to pick a thing and focus. I had so much room to play around that I feel like time just was moving and I was so unaware. And now that time caught up, it's like, whoa, now what do I do? For the last, I want to say 5 years or more, I have been wanting to further my education. This is not anything new for anyone that knows me or have had conversations with me in the last few years. I have been wanting to further my education. Now, I tried to go around it. And I don't know if you guys remember my video that I put up of me finally graduating high school. Because for those of you that don't know, I never graduated high school when I was supposed to. It was just a whole bunch going on at the time. My dad passed, and I just never went back to school. So that was a whole other thing. So now I complete this milestone, and I'm just like, okay, what do I do now? And I wanted to go back to college. Go back to college for what? That's a debt that you don't take on just willy nilly. Nobody has time nor money to be wasting on college on a liberal arts or black history, what do they call it? Diplomas or certificates, whatever. Unless you have a surefire job set up that's going to pay you a lot of money, college is an important step to take if you're looking for a certain career. Now, we all know my journey and what I've been through, but I feel like I may have cracked the code a little bit. If you guys remember, these last few videos, I have really been questioning not my existence, but the point of all of this. I've been questioning, what did I get cancer for? I know I got it to save my brother. I know I got it to tell people that God healed me from it. I know that I got it to spread awareness. But the fact that I've got it and it has never left me, not in the physical form, in the mental and emotional form. It's like, what is those things that Spider-Man, like the grappling hook or something on the building? It's like a grappling hook that just will not let me go. And I don't understand why this happened to me. And it's like, I can't move on from it. The mental toll that it has taken on me and my life is just like, it's unbelievable. I've been racking my brain, and on top of me feeling like a loser, even in my family, my friend group, all my friends are well educated, doing well in life, if not wealthy. And I just feel like, what do they like me for? Like, where do you fit into all of this? And again, it's not about anybody else. I don't ever want people to think that you want to better yourself or you want to elevate in life because of someone else. When they say your network is your net worth, they did not lie, because I don't know if I would have these thought processes if I was not in a peer group that was so successful. And it's funny because me and my family were having a conversation about this the other day, and I was telling them my dreams that I had for Brooke, as far as not only her being a good person, a kind person, a hardworking, God fearing person. I pray that she doesn't have the struggles in life as far as friendships that I have had. I have always been one of those people who wants everybody to be my friend. If you don't like me, I'm trying to understand why. Because I'm the cool kid. So I don't understand anyone that doesn't want to be my friend. I gravitate towards everybody. You can shake your hand, nice to meet you, and I done gave you my social security number. That's just how I am as a person. And because of that, I never used my common sense when it came to friends. My mom made a good point when she said, I want her to have good discernment. I've never had good discernment when it came to friends. And it cost me a lot mentally, um, emotionally, getting locked up. Like, it just, I've had such a rough time of it because I did not choose my friends wisely. And me being in this group that I'm in now, when I tell you the difference that it makes is just, it's unbelievable. I don't, none of them make me feel like I'm the low man on the totem pole, again, because I wonder why they're friends with me. They never make me feel like they're doing me a favor or let's bring her under our wing. She needs help. They treat me as an equal. And I am an equal, a human being. I'm a nice person. I have plenty to bring to the table, not just aesthetically, but I am smart in my own way. I have other value to bring to the table. if not just God. Everyone doesn't know about how good Jesus is. Even if that's my purpose in this circle, that's fine. But my own personal, they drive me in a way that I don't even think they know they do. Can you change your path and career at 30, 40, 50? I think the answer is yes. The scary part about it is what happens after that. So I'll give you an example. I am in my first year of prerequisites, and it's scary because of A, you guys all know about my impairment, but B, that word again, time. It's something that is constantly on my mind. And I'm not going to lie, y'all, it drives me crazy. I can't be present in the moment. I can't be happy for my choice. I can't move with purpose because I'm always thinking in my mind, how much can I get done in this time to hurry this process along? So I can't even be in the moment of my guide. Like, am I getting ready to really try to be a doctor? Like, it's not nothing that's unachievable. Being a doctor is not something that's, oh my God, but it is, oh my God, because the brain power that it takes for that, that's where my insecurities and my doubts come in. I've always thought that I was a pretty intelligent person. Am I the smartest person in the room? Absolutely not. But I don't feel like I'm the dumbest either. Starting this journey has really been one that has taken a lot of thought. I'm very impulsive, and I'm the type of person that if I come up with something, I'm doing it this morning. But me doing this has been a long thought process. I went through a couple of phases. I knew I wanted to be in medical, but I went through a couple of phases of exactly where in medical. Because at first I was going towards law, but then I was like, girl, you're going to be bored out your mind. You don't care about no law. And I don't want to do things strictly for the income. So I said, okay, when you were a little kid, you used to always say, you wanted to be a doctor. And I really thought that that was something that I was going to do until I got bit by the fashion bug. Then I just went left. My mom was a nurse. So I'm like, maybe I'll follow in my mom's footsteps. No, I don't want to be around all that sickness all day long. I don't want to do bedside. I don't want to give needles all day. That is just something that I know me. I don't want to do it. So what else can you do? I went to optometrist. All right, let's see what's going on there. That's still a doctor. They just working with your eyes. I can barely see at night anyway, so there's a common denominator. Doing research on that, bored out of my mind. Literally, that's what I was doing as I was researching. Bored out of my mind. So I'm just still trying to bounce around ideas. Then I thought about cancer. Now, I don't want to be around like chemotherapy and things like that because that smell is like, it's like a skunk. Even if you've never been sprayed by a skunk, it's a smell that's like undeniable. It's a strong smell. That's how chemo is for me. It's something that I react to, my body reacts to. I don't want to um be around that all day long, and I don't want to put myself in a position that I'm not able to help because I'm thinking about myself or I'm reacting. So I thought about radiation. I said, I have experience with both of these things. And radiation, I feel like I can still be in the presence of patients. I can still quietly or, secretly pray for people because, everybody doesn't want prayer outright. So I can still secretly, pray for people and have empathy for the people that are going through this because I've been in this exact spot that they're in. I just feel like I can bring so much to the table in this role. And my next thing that popped up in my head. How do you get there? You ain't been to no school. All you have is a high school diploma. So I was doing research and I found a college in my district. They gave me a plan. Y'all, this plan is not easy, but it's a plan that if this is something that you really want to do, you're going to stick to it. Is it going to be easy? No. But if this is something that you really think that you can handle, this is the steps that it's going to take. My fear is my age. Is this something that's smart to do? Because not only am I doing it to help people, of course I'm doing it financially. Like, who's not spending all of this time and money to be in a field where the payoff is going to be there? Of course. But my fear is, am I too old? That's the question that I always think about whenever I'm making a decision on something. Am I too old? I don't care what you look like. I don't care what's going on. Your age is your age. And there are benefits to changing careers or trying something new later in life, meaning you have clarity a lot of times. If you know this is the route that you either want to go or you should have always went, you have more wisdom. You have more patience, at least some of us do. um, you have the wisdom of life lived, and you can bring life experiences to your job, not just book smart, not just research or just youth. You have more to bring to the table because you've been through some things. You have that grounded mentality, and you can maybe see things in a different light than someone fresh out of college that's 22. I think a lot about Vera Wang, who started her line. I want to say she was 40 when she started designing wedding dresses. And look at the empire that she has built. God willing, I'll live a long time to be an old lady. I get to enjoy the fruits of my labor, and I get to bring more to my marriage, and we combine our resources and create even a better life for ourselves. And that's really what my goal is. And it's frustrating sometimes because you don't always know how to get there. My fear is that I waited too long. You try the Instagram thing, what everybody else is doing. You're starting little businesses, and I've done everything from jewelry to home stuff, and I like it. Don't get me wrong, but I'm it just wasn't something that was in my heart. It was something that, okay, this must be the new wave. This is the thing of the future, online businesses. So everybody's making money, and let me jump on the bandwagon. While it just wasn't something that was in my heart. The only thing that I've ever put a lot of effort into, and I still fall short sometimes because I have to take breaks due to my mental and things like that, is YouTube. But sometimes that can be overwhelming because I want to do such a good job and I want to bring such value to you guys that I get in my own way. I let my anxiety and the things that are going on in my life pull me away from what I should be doing. I love YouTube. This is one of the rare things that I can say I enjoy doing. I enjoy sitting down and turning this camera on and talking to you guys. I love it. And I have imposter syndrome when it comes to YouTube because I started out doing fashion and beauty and all of the things that typical YouTube, and it wasn't going anywhere. And I was just like, here we go, something else that I'm trying that is just like I'm hitting a wall. And I got discouraged because I felt like I didn't see any growth until I embarrassed myself, until I came on here and showed something that was personal to me and I put myself out there. But then I had to change my mindset, and it's not about embarrassment, it's about who I am. It's about bearing my soul and showing that, all of these things on these social medias is not real. People are going through things. And I don't care how well you dress, how cute you are. Everybody has insecurities. Everybody has something that they are dealing with in life. And this is mine. I'm laying it all out. If I'm going to be on this YouTube, I want to be honest. I want to show you guys. I want to show you guys me. And if you don't like me, raw and uncut, then this is not for me, because I can't be someone that I'm not. Me is sometimes oversharing. Me is being fearful, but always trying. Like, that's one thing that I hope people take from me, whether it works or whether it fails. I always try. I always try. It's just, I just pray one day that I reach this goal that I'm putting all of this time and resources into. So my ultimate goal is to become a radiologist. I'm going to go the radiation therapy route and, stack a little bit of money, because I don't just sit back and watch about what's going on with, the student loans and all of this. Because of course, when I want to do something, now they get ready to start messing with the colleges and the medical schools and everything. Anything to keep from moving up and getting education, because we all know education is something they do not want us to have. That's why you hear all the time the college is a waste of time. Degrees are just a piece of paper. So is money and marriage licenses, and y'all die for those. So a college degree is no different. A college degree, depending on what the degree is, opens doors. Some places, some jobs, some careers, you're not even in the running if you don't have this. It's something that's important to me, and it's something that I don't know many people personally that are doing this. So if I don't, other people may not either. So let's go on this journey of a 44-year-old woman trying to become a doctor, but starting from the bottom. And I hope that, I can be a resource to someone. I hope that I can find like minded people to, gain resources. But my point of all of this is, while I'm scared, I'm taking that leap of faith. And the only part that I want to drive home for anyone that may be thinking about changing careers at a certain age, who may be afraid, who are thinking about going back to school, and I'm taking my own advice. Pray. Tell God what you want, write it out, and make it plain. That's the first step. The second step would be to make a plan. I am the most unorganized person in the history of persons, but I got me a whiteboard. I'm writing down my content days, my study days. I'm trying to focus my life more of having a routine, because the way that I do my life, nothing's going to get done. I'm fitting to flunk out and ain't get ready to be no YouTube, because I'm not the most organized person. You have to be organized. And just have faith and try to enjoy the journey. So me bringing you guys along with me is me trying to enjoy the journey. I feel like if I'm showing you what's going on, I'm bringing you guys along, that's less room for me to be worrying, doubting myself, and having anxiety. So it's a method to my madness, but I'm praying that it will help someone and also help me get through this journey as well. Don't let age stop you. 40 is not like no ancient grandma. Like, I know a 20-year-old, because child, somebody called me auntie one day, and my neck almost snapped off, because I beg your finest pardon, because who you talking to? It's crazy, because we are the Jay-Z and Michael Jackson and Brandy generation. So it's like, we are the kids. We're not the kids anymore. Like, we are becoming the adults and the aunties. So it's crazy to feel like, you're on this not stairmaster, but whatever, the escalator. You're on this escalator up. It's just like getting old, getting old, getting old, getting old. But 40 is not the end of your life. 40 is not the end of the world. And even 50, I'm on TikTok and I'm watching people going back to medical school at 50. Don't let age scare you out of following your dreams. And I'm speaking to myself as well. Like, I needed this video for myself, not just for you guys. I needed this video to give myself a pep talk, because I will talk myself out of something because I am afraid that I'm too old. I'm afraid that I won't make it. I'm afraid that all of this time I wasted, and it's like, now you want to do this. But the time is going to pass anyway. Someone said that to me, and when I tell you, it was like, time is going to pass anyway. So you're going to either make it to 50, you know, possibly a doctor, or you're going to be 50 still wandering around earth like a nomad trying to figure out what your life is or where you belong in life. So I want to encourage everyone, if you are thinking about adding anything to your life, if you're thinking about going back to school, do it. If you're thinking about changing careers and you can financially do it, do it. Even if you can't, like, if you can find help, figure out a way to follow your dreams, because take it from me, being feeling empty in your soul, not knowing your place on earth, not feeling good enough, is the worst feeling in the world. And please, with, you know, money doesn't make you, your job title doesn't make you. That's not what this is about. This is about self. This is about you feeling accomplished within yourself. Only you know what that threshold is. I know what mine is. Me not being in a certain spot at a certain age, me not feeling accomplished at a certain age, that's mine. Nobody's going to change what mine is, because you can't tell me what my insides feel. Even if it's something as small as your health, that's something else I have to work on. My legs and my feet be killing me. Don't stop me from bringing in the crumble cookie line. Thank you so much for sitting and chit chatting with me. I love you guys. Um, Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you're not already. You're liking my video helps me out a lot. Let me know in the comments, what is your scary age? What is the age that you feel like you need to have something accomplished? What is the age that, even if you changed careers, what was the age that you decided to change your career, and what career did you end up getting into? I just want to have like a dialogue with you guys in the comments, because I want to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much again. I love you guys. This was so helpful for me, because I got a lot of off that I was feeling as well. So I hope that this resonates with someone else. I pray that you guys have a beautiful, wonderful week, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.